SeatGeek. For all your ticketed events, from sporting to concert outings, SeatGeek has you covered. They even conveniently color-coded each ticket on their website from amazing to worst, so you can easily know which are the best deals. SeatGeek, the smart way to buy. Save $20 off your next ticket purchase with the promo code. Hey, everybody, I'm your host, El Grande Gato, also known as the Big Cat. My cool cats, put your balls up. If you rock with the Big Cat today, we're here to talk about my man Cam Newton coming out doing an interview saying that he'll absolutely be back in Carolina come 2020. We'll talk about it, but first, one quick before we get started. Do you love the Carolina Panthers like I love the Carolina Panthers? Yes? No? Maybe. Do you love the Carolina Panthers like I love the Carolina Panthers? If you love the Carolina Panthers like I love the Carolina Panthers, say, Sweet Caroline, ho, 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 feels so good that. We'll talk about my man Cam Newton and what it means for him to say, I'll absolutely be back in 2020. Let's get into it.
That boy is good.
Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, click the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Listen, y'all, tomorrow's the Big Cat's birthday. Yeah, over 30-something years ago, the Big Cat was a baby cubette. Now I'm a full-grown Panther. So make sure you join me tonight at 9:30 during the live stream. We're going to sing happy birthday to the Gallo. Hopefully y'all niggas put some respect on that cash app, right? But let's go ahead and get started on bigger news. Cam Newton came out during this interview, and he said that I'm absolutely going to be back in 2020. Now, the interview was good. If you haven't caught it, check the YouTube. Also, check the link in the description. I'll post it as well. When it comes to Cam Newton making this statement, this is not new to me. Again, I predicted him to sign a 3-year, $90 million deal with $30 million guaranteed. That part hasn't happened yet. Again, I felt like Tiki Barber and Mr. Tierney, they forgot to ask one important question. One question that really is going to answer all of this, which is, if you're returning, at what cost? Are you just writing this 1-year deal, or are you going to get an extension? They forgot that. That's a key question to ask, because it's going to lead to, is he a long-term quarterback for us, or is he just a plug-and-play right now? All right, now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into some of the statements he made. He said during the interview, being critiqued and at not being 100% caused him to be real with himself and to sit down. So obviously, throughout the season, the first 2 games of the season, he was taking a lot of heat. You know what I mean? And he knew in his mind that he wasn't healthy. But, you know, the fans and other people watching as commentators, they didn't know he wasn't 100%. So they were coming down on him. So that pressure and that unfairness in his mind led to him ultimately shutting it down, okay? Again, you know, he also referenced, you know, looking at other competitors and other athletes in the league and how they fight through different, you know, injuries and pain and stuff. It makes you want to do that. But at some point, you got to be real with yourself, and not being at 100% and getting a lot of hell, a lot of criticism ultimately caused him to set it dying. So let's move on to the next thing that stood out to me during this interview. If you look up on your screen right here, Cam was asked, will you return to the Carolina Panthers in 2020? He said, absolutely. He also said, I had an unbelievable conversation with Marty Herney, the GM, David Tepper, the owner, as well as Matt Rule, the new head coach. And I left that meeting inspired. And I told them, you won't find another person in that locker room with more to prove than me. Not only to you, but I also got to prove it to myself. Now, Cam, I got a little bit of issue, man. And listen, this is coming from a good place. So if you're listening, just hear me out, my brother. To prove something means you need to show existence or evidence that something still exists. Cam, let me tell you something, my brother. Come close, because it's coming from a real place. You're a former NFL MVP. You're a former Offensive Rookie of the Year, former Offensive Player of the Year. Okay? I mean, you're a first ballot Hall of Famer in my book. You have nothing to prove. Let me tell you something, King. You hold your head held high. This year, this is coming from a good place. Hold your head held high. When you throw an interception, when you miss a play, you hold your head held high. Because greatness doesn't dissipate, my friend. You're great even when you're injured. You're great when you're when you're not playing. You're great. Greatness is in you. It can't dissipate. Energy doesn't dissipate. Okay? So stop using the word you got something to prove. You have nothing to prove. I never seen a lion apologize for his roar. I never seen a dog not apologizing for his bark not being loud enough. If anybody, whether it be me, any other media, anybody don't believe that you can do it, fuck them. Because at the end of the day, You ain't have nothing to prove. You're great. One thing I love about Kobe Bryant was Kobe Bryant mastered the ability to put the work at the end to be great. Even when he tore his Achilles, even when he had injuries. He said something during the interview I caught the other day where he said, if you don't like the bad part of what you do, then you're not in love with it. That means the training, getting up early. If you can't fall in love with that, what it takes to be great, then you're not in love with it. So stop saying you have something to prove to somebody. It's in you, my brother. It's in you, my brother. No matter what's happening off the field in your life, no matter what's going on the field in your life, no matter if you're hurt, you're great. You just have to find a way to trigger it. That's all. So stop saying you have something to prove. I didn't like that. If you want to say you're hungry, you're not going to find someone more hungry than me, that's fine. Because that shows your drive. That shows your determination. But showing something to prove feels like, it's almost like you're doubting yourself. You're doubting your abilities. I would never tell you to doubt your own self. If anybody in this world doubts themselves, it shouldn't be me. It shouldn't be yourself. You believe in yourself. God put greatness in your belly. So all you have to do is walk in that greatness, my brother. Okay? Hold your head held high amidst the storm. So stop saying you have something to prove. Now, you're going to come out here and you're going to show out. I'm telling you, you're going to show out. But again, at the end of the day, don't make apologies for that.
Message.
So one of the main important things about this interview that the host failed to ask was, are you coming back on a 1-year deal or are you coming back with an extension? That's very important. The reason why it's important is because it shows you, like I said again, whether Cam is coming back for a long term or whether Cam is going to be just a short term option. Again, I mean, the way he was speaking, as far as I got to prove, let me tell you something about David Tepper. And I'm going to say this in my Yoda voice. Strong with the finesse he is. Did he finesse him? Did Cam get back there and say, you know what, I got to prove to you, got to prove to you. And if I'm David Tepper, yeah, let me see how I can. Yeah, that's right. You got to prove it to me. Did he finesse a little bit? Did he say, you know what, Cam, I love you. You're my guy. But at the end of the day, you got a lot to prove. Did he do the Jedi mind trick on his ass? So, I mean, again, the way he was talking during the interview, far as, I got to prove, lets me to believe, yeah, he'll be back, but I guarantee he's probably going to be playing on that last year deal. I guarantee you. You know what I mean? So, again, I'm hoping they get, if he's healthy and they believe in him like they say they believe in him and all that good stuff, then that 3-year, $90 million deal, I think, that's a fair number right there. But from what I'm hearing, based off the way Cam Newton has been responding in this interview, it seemed like I gotta prove. And it's, with that kind of thinking, if I'm the owner, I'm hearing somebody, agree with me about proving, let him play on that last year deal. And if that's the case, Cam, that is not a good move. It's not a good move, man. With your injury prone history, I mean, you don't wanna chance it, man. So again, like I said before, you're great. Greatness is inside of you. And if this organization, I'm going to say it like this, if this organization, if this fan base, if the ownership, if the head coach, if they fail to realize that and they want you to play on a 1-year deal, then you hold out. You hold out or you request a trade. Okay? Again, you don't sit here and have to take mediocre. You're great, my brother. You've been hurt. You had some bad luck of the draw or whatever. Now, the speculation that, you're getting older, you can't adapt and all that stuff, it's always going to be there, okay? Because logic and common sense says a man who's crossing over 30 who has multiple injuries, logic and common sense says that it's not a good move to put a long-term deal. But again, for you in your mindset, you shouldn't be thinking that way. Leave that up for criticizers like myself and other people like that. But if you honestly believe in your heart, you know what I mean, like you're great, like I said you are, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. You know what I mean?
Life is good. You know what I mean?
So during the interview, one of the questions they asked Cam was, how do you feel about running it? And is it time to move on from being a running quarterback? And he responded like this: you got to morph into what's best for your body and your skill set. Being athletic and running is how I played the game. He also said, I do need to make some changes to certain aspects of my game, but yes, it will always be a part of my game. Again, he acknowledges the fact that, listen, getting up into this older age and also coming back from injuries, I'm going to have to make some changes, okay, when it comes to, accuracy, when it comes to, finding the open man, taking sacks, protecting myself, protecting my foot. But he also let it be known that, hey, That's how I am. And this is what I try to tell you guys before when they were talking about changing up his throwing mechanics and all this other crazy shit. He said, I am who I am. Running will always be a part of my game. The athletic part of playing quarterback for me is a part of my game. And he also referenced Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes and how this is like the era now where, you know, quarterbacks like Cam Newton, when healthy, could thrive. This is now for the era where you could thrive in being a mobile quarterback. It used to be shone upon, you're not accurate enough. Now it's like, damn, everybody coming out the draft is looking for somebody who can be mobile and do the things that some of these guys are doing now. But again, you know, the smart move to come out and say, you know, I do have to evolve, okay? And I still think they're gonna, they do have a plan surrounded around him to allow him to use his mobility and athleticism. But I'm not looking for it to be as much, you know what I mean? Because again, you have to protect that foot. It would be outright silly for the organization to come out here and run the shit out of this man knowing his injury history. You see what I'm saying? It just don't make sense. But it will also, don't be naive enough to think that the organization is not going to utilize. Because again, if they're wanting to come out and, you know, say we're going to take him back for 2020, then that means you believe he's healthy. So yes, they're going to put it to the test. And one quick question I have is, why hasn't the organization came out and, you know, said that we're going to bring him back in 2020? Are we waiting for like some kind of parade or some shit? I'm not sure about that. He came out and said it, but man, I don't know. Why won't you give your fans that kind of respect to say, hey, this is what we're going to do? Because right now the fan base is at odds with each other. It just don't seem right, you know what I mean? So again, get in the comment section, man. Let me know what you guys think. And listen, honestly, I'm going to tell you this. Cam is going to be back. Cam is going to show out because he's hungry. He's determined. He's driven. He's motivated. He's all of that. But again, I'm going to say this again. This is coming from a good place. I don't expect much from the team coming up this year, all right? This defense has a lot of holes in it. We lost Luke Kuechly. We got to figure out up front, what's going on up front. Also, cornerback position, we got to hope we can get that on lock. We got a lot of holes. The offensive line, I think you're going to need some more pieces there. So, this could be a situation, and listen, I'm just going to be real with you. I gotta keep it a buck with you. This could be one of them Christian McCaffrey things, you know, where Cam goes out there, set records, and be a Pro Bowl MVP candidate, and we end up fucking 5-11. Same shit that happened last year. You know what I mean? So, just different players. So, it could be one of them things. He's going to come in highly motivated, tear everybody's ass up, but we can't get off the field with defenses or whatever, you know? It could be that. So, again, man, and I also heard reports that Greg Olsen was like he wasn't willing to be part of that rebuild. You know what I mean? Maybe they asked him to take a pay cut. Maybe they told him to switch roles. I don't know. So, you're looking at this right here. You're looking at a total rebuild season, and you got Cam out there. So literally, you're asking him to carry the team one more time, because it's going to take a Herculean, or better yet, a Superman effort to win next year. I'm telling you, it's going to take a Superman effort. So you're going to see a Christian McCaffrey kind of effort, but out of Cam Newton. And, you know, we'll see how that shit plays out. I honestly don't see, you know, we got a lot of holes. And I don't know if free agency is going to be able to fix them. I don't know if the draft is going to be able to fix them. But I tell you this, man, Carolina Panthers fans out there, hold out hope. And I guarantee you Matt Rule has a good plan, man. He has a good plan. And I still look for us to draft a quarterback. Okay? Maybe not this year. Or maybe if we do draft it this year, it'll probably be late in the later rounds. And if we don't do that, then we'll draft one next year. But again, shout out to Cam. Hope you come back healthy. And we'll ride out there, man. We're going to ride out and see how it plays out, man. So, good news. Be encouraged. And Cam, hold your head up high, my brother. Do what you do, man. Ignore the noise. Block out the noise. But stop saying you got something to prove. You don't have shit to prove. Like I said, you're great even in your wounded state. You're great, man. Shit don't go away. You know what I mean? Greatness doesn't go away. Just trigger it. Find a way to trigger it. And keep it pushing. I'm your host, when I got the awesome with the Big Cat, my cool cat, but pause up. Rock with the Big Cat. Join me tonight at 9:30. We're gonna have a live discussion about this. Have them Cash App ready to shoot your boy some birthday love. Make sure you follow me on the podcast, Anchor FM, Spotify, Google FM, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the whole 9. Keep _TV. Let's get up out of there. Let the church say that.